It has been 3 weeks since I've been able to record a video for you guys, and I have missed you so much. We're starting a new series. Had some issues with the last one, mostly the fact that my computer got fried, and so I had to get a new computer and lost all the data. It's a long story for another time. However, we cannot have started in a better biome with all the bamboo around us. That is perfect for getting started in this series, and I am excited for this, guys. Let me tell you. One thing that I have planned, the main thing that I have planned for this series is I want to build more magically, a little less feudal Japan and a bit more floating island mushroom type thing, and getting scaffolding right off the bat. That is going to be perfect. It will get us up in the air so that we can get our floating island built and have the mushroom up there as high as we want it to be. So I'm going to grab a bit of this bamboo and see if I can't find some other resources that we need, and I'll meet y'all maybe just a little bit later. This is what I call an incredible find in the first part of Minecraft. Very first thing that I found, well, almost one of the very first things I found was this lush cave. We've got spore blossoms down there. We've got our glowberries right there, a bunch of moss around, azaleas, all kinds of great things. It's a great way to start off this Minecraft world. It will give us so many magical items to build with. I am just so excited for this. Let's figure out a way down there without dying. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's grab some of these glowberries. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that. That is fantastic. I'm going to temporarily set up shop here. Got axolotl, I saw. Oh, got some dead fish. Got 2 axolotls. 3? 3 axolotls right here. And they're getting us some food. Thanks, guys. Here we go. And perfect. The cutest predator. Our first advancements in this world, and we already have an axolotl. It's a fantastic start to this world, guys. I don't think it could possibly get any better than this. What was I saying, guys? What was I saying? Diamonds. Right there. First episode. First, whoever knows how many minutes this is. Right there. That's unbelievable. Are there any more, or is it just one? I mean, even just one is lucky, right in the very beginning of the game. Another one right there. Oh my goodness, guys. We may have our first diamond pickaxe with this. And a geode. Just got those diamonds right there. Those 2 diamonds, and we've already found a geode as well. What kind of luck are we having right now? I did run into a skeleton back there, and not quite prepared to deal with him, but this is fantastic luck, guys. Oh, look at that. It's a baby axolotl. Oh my goodness, it is so adorable. Look at it swimming around with its mama. Oh. So as you can probably tell, a lot has happened since the last clip. You can see I'm completely decked out in iron armor, and we're in a completely different biome. This is the biome I want to build in, get established in. It's got a lot of what I need, mostly podzol for growing mushrooms, and a lot of other cool things in the area as well. Now, I did come over here and get a few things set up. We've got an outdoor base with a bed and chests and things like that, and of course, a dog. Yes, we've got a dog here, and if you have any great name suggestions for it, go ahead, just post those in the comments below. I always love getting comments from you guys. It really means a lot. I love getting to read them and engaging with y'all down there. Which brings me to the next point. We are closing in on 300 subscribers. 300 subscribers. Right now, we are at 266 subscribers, and every single one of you means so much to me. And it would be great if we could get to that 300 subscriber mark by the end of the summer. That would be fantastic. And then from there on, if we could get to the 500 subscriber mark by the end of the year, that is my goal for this. And it would just really help me out. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Hit it. You know you want to. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button as well. It really helps me out a ton. Now, let's get back to the work at hand. If you remember back to the beginning of this episode, like 2 minutes ago, maybe 3 minutes, we collected a bunch of bamboo, which allows us to create this lovely block here with some of the string we found down in the mines that we created over here. This actually leads down. Oh, don't step on that. This actually leads down to an abandoned mine shaft where I found some string from spider webs hanging on the ceilings. Now we have a bunch, a bunch of string to make scaffolding, which we've done, and we can get started on our starter house build, which I don't have all the materials for just yet. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to build it, but I have an idea. Let's come over here, and I'm thinking we'll start the build maybe about as high up as that tree. That seems pretty good. And we're going to start it with a bit of rooted dirt here. Okay, so this is the start, a giant T. That is exactly what I wanted for my base. It's all done. Perfect. What do you guys think? A giant T. That's perfect. No, I need a lot more dirt. A lot more dirt for this. Start with an interesting kind of floating island. It's turning out to be a bit more resource demanding than I had initially intended, but I think it's going to turn out really well. I'm just going to need to do a lot more digging. I just realized this may end up being a fatal error. May have created a mob farm underneath where I want to build my house. So, hard to find a way. Find a way to light that area up and make it look good. That's not gonna work. No, there's already a drown back there. Not good. Now this next part, it's gonna take all of my terraforming genius, which don't have much right now. Kind of odd name for a person who can't really terraform very well. Earth Twister, and terraforming not my forte just yet. I'm thinking we create the inverse of a type of mountain, I guess, of a peak here. We bring it down to right there, the top of the... Oh, I'm underwater. You can't see anything. So I'm thinking right there, that point there is where we bring it down to and bone meal that area to get a little bit of rooted roots, hanging roots there. Bring it down in like a spike. They need to come a little bit further down, like maybe where that piece of dirt is, just to make it look more spiky. Make it kind of look like it's come up out of the ground here, even though there's not going to be a hole here, just be a floating island. Alright, so I have got the island built out here, and it looks pretty sweet. I've got some rooted dirt down there that I bone milled to get the hanging roots, which I think looks really cool. I'm trying to decide if I want to put a spore blossom under there for some particle effects, or just save it for the actual starter house build. And then up here, I grew a couple of large spruce trees to spread some pods all around. I thought about putting grass up here, but when you don't have silk touch, it's almost impossible to do that unless you kill an enderman with it, and I haven't seen any endermen around. Now, I need to figure out exactly how I want to build this giant mushroom up here. I'm trying to decide if I want to build this mushroom with regular mushroom blocks, just kind of get a few mushrooms planted around, and then bone meal them so that they grow up to be really big mushrooms and use that, or if I want to get stone and different materials and kind of and create like a tower mushroom type look. That's gonna take a bit of thinking and maybe some planning. We'll figure that out. The other thing that I need to figure out is a way up and down here. Yeah, the scaffolding is great, but it takes away from the aesthetic of the build. I'm thinking maybe right here or over here. We just drop down some water and get a waterfall going down, and that be our way up and down, at least for the short term. Alright, so we've got a waterfall on the side here, which I think is going to be a great way up and down to the island, at least temporarily. Now, the other thing that we could do is try and create what in the world? Oh, those are just salmon. Create a water elevator somewhere in here. I'm not exactly sure where I would do that or how it would work. I know how to make a water elevator, but just how it would work here in this situation. Of course, besides getting the build in place here, we're definitely going to need some decorations. I know we've got moss that we can put up here that could make things look really good, and different kinds of greenery. To figure out how it all work. I do some thinking and I'll get back with y'all in a second. So trying to do this the natural way with a bunch of mushrooms didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. Mushrooms grow, they have to be in a particular space, particular spot, and I don't have enough bone meal for all of that mess, nor do I have silk touch to move things around. So we're going to use all kinds of different blocks with stone and deep slate and amethyst and really cool things here, and hopefully it'll turn out really well. Let's get this build going. Ready? And go. Time for the big reveal, and there it is. There's our magical mushroom. I think it looks really good from the outside here. Got some glowberries on the side to light things up there, spore blossoms, and a few bushes and things like that. I'm gonna work a little bit more on the roof because I want to blend it in a little bit more, give it a little bit more of a rustic feel, and just straight up spruce is not cutting it. So we're gonna add some moss in on there, and I think that's gonna make it look really good. Maybe even bone meal it a bit to get some nice growth on top as well. Let's head inside real quick and I'll show you what's going on in there, and then we'll work on the roof. The spore blossoms are so nice with these particles floating around. It really does give it a very mystical, magical feel. We've got the amethyst there. I feel like that gives it a bit more of a magic feel too. And then of course on the inside, it's really stony, and it's got a bit of moss and stuff like that in the walls, which I think that looks really good. Up here, oh man, I love up here. This is fantastic. I love the design we have down here and the amethyst. We're gonna walk over it and the musical sounds that you get. It's gonna be our enchanting room, and perfect, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about the inside so far of our build. There's of course going to be a few edits, like actually getting the enchantment table and set up in here. And then of course also adding a few things in here, like we're going to have to change out the floor. Oh man. Change out the floor here, get some actual flooring, add some doors and some windows and things like that. Let's hop up on the roof, get some moss in there, get some nice growth, and finish out the build. This is exactly what I was going for. It's very eclectic, has a very interesting feel to it. Very grassy, overgrown type look. Feels like the house that a mage or early wizard would have, a weaker wizard, which is kind of what we're going for. It's what we're starting with. Eclectic kind of build structure right now, and then eventually we'll grow into something bigger and maybe have more floating islands, or we'll take over this entire area and different things built up around here. Now the inside's a little rough. There's not a whole lot going on. We have some variated floors with trap doors to just vary the texture of the wood. We have our bed over here. We've got Bibles in that chest, stone and other building materials there, 3 furnaces and a crafting table, wood stuff, plants. And then up here, I really didn't do much. I put a chest up here, which is what we have mob drops and lapis in for enchanting later on. And I think we'll get a brewing setup in here as well, which will store everything in here that we need for that. I think this build turned out really well. It's going to be a great starter house for us, and eventually be a great place to just build from, to grow from. But now the next thing we need to do is work on our food source. Right now we got carrots and potatoes growing and some watermelons and I think pumpkins are over here. Yeah, got some pumpkins over here that we're growing, but they're not really producing a whole lot of food, and the food that I am getting from it, it's not keeping me full for very long. And I've died once already because of it, because I didn't have enough food and I fell from the top while building, and it was a sad story. Cows, we need cows. Yeah, getting those cows over here was super easy. I didn't run into any problems. Oh, nope, none at all. Didn't get killed multiple times by a trident building round. No, that didn't happen. You're just imagining things. Imagining things. We've got a beautiful little wheat field going on right there, and we've got our cows started. This is going to be a great start. This has been a fantastic start so far to this world. Great luck with that lush cave in the jungle right in the beginning. Things couldn't be any better, and I just feel like this is going to be a very magical start. And guys, you know, if you enjoy this kind of thing, if you enjoy thematic builds, check out my hardcore series, which unfortunately ended very poorly by data deletion rather than death. But check it out, and first video is right over here to my right. See you next time. Bye, guys.